What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back on the boxing clinic grind. Y'all know what it is. And speaking on some boxing real quick, and it seems like Carl Frampton is targeting and honing in on Nonito Donaire for a featherweight showdown. Obviously non-title showdown. April 7th, Northern Ireland, Belfast, I believe. On Showtime, Frampton is advised by Al Heyman. He's fighting on Showtime right now. Donaire is with Ring Star Sports with Richard Schaefer. So Richard Schaefer got the plug with Al and the plug with Showtime as well with Steven Espinoza. For me, man, what Frampton be doing is just, it doesn't excite me. I was a big Nonito Donaire fan. When he was at the lower weight classes, was 122 and below pretty much, so he lost to Rigondeaux. I picked him to beat Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux totally outclassed him and took his heart and soul. And, Nicholas Walters just, completely crushed him. And since then, he's been on the come up a little, I think. He lost another fight after that, I believe. And then, he's just been around. He's 35. He's supposed to be the heir apparent for Top Ranked Manny Pacquiao, the Filipino Flash. It didn't work out like that. But I still say he had a hell of a career. One of the biggest left hooks, in those lower weight classes. Probably up there, biggest left hooks of all time. But you know what it was, man. He had his time. I didn't even recognize he was 35 years old. But what Frampton is doing is it's not impressing me. I would love to see him go for Gary Russell. I understand he want Lee Selby BSing around. But I just want to see him fight Gary Russell, or Oscar Valdez, which Top Rank was trying to get him to fight Oscar Valdez. But we know Bob and Al Heyman don't mix. So I guess, that fight can't happen. I feel like he should have outclassed Santa Cruz in the second fight. He fought stupid. And now he wants Santa Cruz to come over to Ireland. And he giving him another excuse not to take that fight, so that's on him. But as far as this fight, I don't think Nonito Donaire got much left in the tank. But I don't think super highly of Frampton. I think he's a good fighter. But he got a vulnerable chin, and he's missing something, in my opinion. Could Donaire pull the upset here? Possibly, but I don't see it happening. Especially in Frampton's backyard. He can knock Frampton out like he hit him with a sledgehammer. And they might give Frampton a 30 count there and maybe let him get up and give him some ice and some water during the 30 count. But, maybe Donaire believes something. Believe in himself for one last big last hurrah. And if he can beat Frampton, he can put himself back in the map and back in position. But I do think he a weight class or two out of his element. And but Frampton isn't in stature isn't the biggest guy in the world as well. But I guess it's a solid fight. It's not one of the upper echelon fights of 2018 at all. You got Groves, Ebanks Jr. You got a lot of good fights. You got Peterson and Earl Spence, Mikey Garcia, Lipinus is an okay fight. Omar Figueroa and Broner might land somewhere in the first quarter. You got the Cruiserweight World Boxing Super Series tournament going on. You got Badu Jack, Adonis Stevenson. I'm probably missing a few fights. But it's a good first quarter. Most definitely. But, it is what it is. This is an acceptable fight. But I just want to see Frampton do more. I want to see the champions fight the champion. I want to see him become a champion again first. I want to see the champions unify. We know, Santa Cruz ain't trying to unify Oscar Valdez. He ain't really trying to unify. Gary Russell supposed to be fighting Jojo Diaz. That I don't look at that as a competitive fight at all. So it's just a lot of good talent at 126 that ain't fighting each other, and that's my issue. Seeing that everybody, Gary Russell don't want to be active, and then people don't want to fight Gary Russell because they only fight once a year. And then Santa Cruz is the biggest duck in the division. So was Frampton. He ain't trying to fight. And then Lee Selby is, I don't know what he's scared of. He's one of the most talented guys in that division. But like I said, this is a acceptable fight here. So let me know what y'all thinking about Frampton and Nonito Donaire. Good fight, average fight, don't care. Let me know what y'all think. We out.